Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome to #Pastor Besties. This is Melissa.
And that's Nicole.
And today...
Hey, do you prefer to do weddings or funerals?
Funerals, totally.
I like weddings.
Are you crazy?
A little bit.
That's fair.
Thanks. I think that, so if I'm being real honest, it's probably because of the spectacle of the weddings.
Why did I just not even assume that? Obviously.
There's more glitter at weddings
Melissa
than funerals.
loves a spectacle. That's 100% accurate.
Not at my funeral.
Glitter cannon. Yes! I'll make sure they're there.
Thank you.
So today on #Pastor Besties, weddings. Oh, weddings.
Oh my gosh, so many wedding stories.
So many.
Do you know about how many weddings you've done?
Oh, wow. I keep track, so I could look it up, but I don't know, maybe like 25?
Yeah, I think I'm about 30, maybe 40.
Yeah, I at my last appointment, the other pastor did funerals. I did weddings, and here we just kind of whoever they want. So we just split them up.
Yeah, I did same season. My last appointment, I did all of the weddings, especially of people who were not a part of the church.
Yeah,
which were my favorite. So some of my personal favorite weddings to do are weddings for people who are not part of the church and actually may not like Jesus a whole lot.
Yeah.
They're my favorite. Because I think for those ones, both the couples and I really have to talk about what we both believe and how we can be authentic for both of us.
Right. How you can work together.
Yeah. And so you're asking a pastor to do the wedding. So I'm going to be a pastor at the wedding, but I also will be pastoral and talk to you about what you believe.
I love that.
Yeah.
You want to know my favorite story about a couple that was not a part of my church?
Yes.
So I did a wedding for this couple, super nice, very sweet people at my last church about 5 years ago. On my first day at my new appointment, which is an hour and a half away, that couple comes up to me and is like, hey, I don't know if you remember us, but you married us. And I was like, whoa! They were members at the church I was appointed to.
Oh, wow.
So it was great because I got to know, I had only known them through, premarital counseling, but then I really got to know them as their pastor. And then we did a surprise vow renewal for their 5th-year wedding anniversary, which just happened a month ago. It was the best!
Aww.
One of my favorite stories.
I like that. That's a good story.
Sometimes wedding stories are not so great. Right, Melissa?
Yeah. So,
Bridezilla?
I really haven't had a whole lot of bridezillas.
Mother of the Bridezilla? Yep. That's the one that usually gets me.
Yeah. Mothers of both the bride and the groom.
Oh,
usually,
yes.
Sorry, moms. But sometimes
you just need to breathe.
Yeah.
It's a big day. We get it.
Is. Oh my
It's
gosh,
a big
absolutely.
Day.
So when I meet with couples to do premarital counseling and wedding planning, I always say that when we plan the service together, we in that room, the three of us, decide how the service is going to be, and then it's done.
Right.
So not that if the couple comes up and they're like, we would prefer that we did this or we want to do this, fine,
right,
no big deal. But so the rehearsal and the day of the wedding, I get to be the bad guy.
Yes.
So
so they get the wedding they want, and they're not pressured by their family.
So I always say, you have to see your family again. I don't necessarily have to see them again. And so you can always be like, oh my gosh, that crazy pastor, she wouldn't let us do anything. And really they're like, well, we didn't want any of that to happen either. And I'm fine taking the blame. That's fine, because it's their, it's a day that's important to them, and they should be focused on.
Oh man,
on that.
Absolutely.
Continue.
One time I had the great uncle of the bride lecture me about how to do the unity candle. He wasn't a pastor or anything. He's just well, I've seen it done like this. This is how it should be. And I was like, no, sir. No. I've done weddings before. Unity candles come up from time to time. I know what I'm doing. I know I'm just a little lady pastor. but I did know what I was doing.
Yeah. Yeah. I have done weddings for family. And so then that does get awkward, like when I'm talking to the couples and I'm like, I'll be the bad guy, but then I'm probably going to see them at Christmas. So keep it to a minimum.
It's
not been a problem, guys.
Officiated at 2 of my brother's weddings. One of my brothers was my first wedding ever.
Aww.
Special.
Sweet.
Yeah, very special. But there was no drama. My family's pretty chill, so it was great.
No.
Let's hope it stays that way when the third one gets married.
Whoopsies.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah. One of the things that's my favorite thing to do in the weddings, and I ask the couples to do as we're preparing the wedding, is I ask them to write letters to each other.
Do that too.
Yeah.
That's the best.
So I ask them to write letters, either why they want to get married to each other or why they love each other. And then I read them at the service.
That's what I do too. Oh. We are totally pastor besties. I love it.
It's beautiful. Like those make me cry all the time. I have not had a bride and groom yet, or a couple yet that has shared their letters together before the service.
Oh no!
So
it's
they're
secret.
Yeah. So they're like, oh my gosh, yeah. They're hearing for the first time. Everyone's hearing for the first time. When I'm putting them together, I'm already like a hot mess.
Yes.
So then I have to try and figure out how to keep it together during the ceremony.
I know. It's the sweetest.
Yeah.
I love it.
My other favorite moment in the service is watching the groom.
Oh, it's the best part.
It is. Like,
and then I start crying. I'm an emotional mess at every wedding, even if I don't really know the couple. I just love weddings.
They're just beautiful. Yeah, I think one of the things that I love the most is that it's just a beautiful commitment of two people who've decided that they want to build a future together.
Right.
And I think that's incredible that two people live together, that they live their lives together, that they start on this adventure together.
Right.
I also think, I try and mention almost at every wedding that the people who are getting married, they're two individuals. They're two complete individuals coming together to make one.
Yes.
And that's the thing that it's like, this is the miracle of what marriage is that it's not just, you're not a half a person until you meet someone else. You are a full person.
That other person doesn't complete you.
No.
But God completes you as a couple.
Right. It's not Jerry Maguire.
No, it's not.
I mean, that's romantic.
It is, but it's not really true.
Real.
No, it's not.
It's not real life.
Sorry,
Tom Cruise.
I'm sure he's watching. So, do you require premarital counseling?
I do.
Me too.
Yes.
Have you ever decided not to marry somebody because of the premarital counseling?
Almost.
Me too.
Almost. It was one of my first weddings, and the couple should not be getting married. They constantly fought. Like, everything was a struggle. And before I could tell them, I don't think I can marry you. They called off the wedding.
Ooh. My couple ended up getting married. I officiated, but I told them we need to meet more times to work through this. And they did, and I felt comfortable with it. And but it wasn't a good feeling at the beginning. I was like, I don't want to have to tell these people I can't marry them.
It's awkward.
It is awkward.
It's awkward.
But it's sort of like our, responsibility not to sacredly officiate at a wedding that we know is not going to last.
Right. Yeah. The one time that I broke a lot of my rules for weddings, where I didn't do the premarital counseling because they lived in different states, they were coming back home to do the wedding. It was a mail order bride.
A mail order bride?
So
is this real life?
This is real life. Like, when we were talking about the vows, I had to ask, like, do you understand what you are saying?
Where was she from?
Thailand? I should probably not give too many details away. They might be watching, right?
Best of luck. I hope you're happy.
I mean, yeah. If you're happy, whatever. Like, great. But it just was so... It broke all of my rules. Like, I didn't do premarital counseling. I had barely talked with the couple. I had been talking with family members. You want to know the other part that makes me feel even dirtier about this? They paid
You
me.
helped pay shipping?
No, they paid me triple what I usually get paid at weddings.
Oh,
it's so gross. But I hope you're happy.
I don't know where to go from there.
I don't either.
Wow. Well, lesson learned,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
you wouldn't do it again.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely
So
not.
that's sort of like you got to live and learn. We're
Yeah.
not perfect.
No.
We got to live and learn.
No.
Yeah.
Now, part of the debate that I think that happens with clergy especially is,
Yes.
Do you have a wedding inside the church if you're not a part of the church?
Wow. Okay, so it depends on the church. My last appointment we had people come in, all the time. Currently, because our church is so large and it's sort of like a destination church, that sounds terrible, but it is. We've stopped doing that. We only will officiate for people who attend or who are members or who are family of members, or at the pastor's discretion. But, that's not always been the case. But in a church that size, you can be doing a wedding every weekend.
Sure.
And
Absolutely.
it just was too much for the pastors to do.
Yeah.
So we had to limit it.
Yeah, that's understandable.
But, on the other hand, I think it's a great way to reach out to people that don't have a church home.
Yeah, I think for me, like, most of the weddings that I did were for people who were outside of the church, and I thought it was going to be this great evangelistic tool. Like, then they're all going to come to church. They don't.
No.
They don't.
Until they have a baby they need baptized.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. And it was also still, even though they never didn't come to church, they still had a spiritual conversation. They had to think. I made them think about spiritual things and how they would live their life in religion or in faith or what that meant. So I think that it's just, if they're asking a pastor to do the wedding, there's sometimes a reason for it.
It's planting a seed.
So weird. Is that really how you
earth and
plant?
planting and then putting the earth back on?
I'm not a planter. I don't know what. Good job.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nicole.
Thank you. I did my metaphorical hat.
Oh, weddings are crazy.
Oh, man.
They're so much fun.
So much fun. So much glitter. Yes. So much loveliness. Do you ever, go to a wedding and you're just like... Oh my God! It's just so beautiful. Like
magical.
Sometimes they just the decorations are above.
Yes.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
Lovely.
Love it. Oh, so much.
Weddings are magical
They are.
when the mother of the bride's not crazy.
Everyone gets a little crazy around weddings.
Well, I do because I get I get so weepy and excited. Yeah, I get a little crazy at weddings.
Yeah. So, we'd love to hear your wedding stories. Do you have a crazy wedding story? Did your wedding, was there a disaster that happened? Because there's always a disaster at every wedding.
And we want to know the dirt.
Yes. Did someone pass out? Did the bride or the groom pass out?
Did somebody run out?
Oh! I dropped the wedding rings once.
Oh, no! That's no good.
We want to know.
Or we do.
Was it so magical that, you can't even talk about it? You still weep with joy?
Weddings.
Oh, we love them. So tell us your stories. Use the hashtag #PastorBesties.
Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Do it. And no matter where you are, no matter how you are in your life, whatever place you come, may you find love. May you know that you are someone who is complete and that you are loved by God. And may you find someone that makes you complete in a union together.
And may you get a little bit of glitter thrown on you.
Yes.
At a wedding.
Yes.
See you next time. Bye.